Let me tell you something real simple. The people who were scared to live their lives will always try to tell you how to live your life, right? And it's because they couldn't do it. So because they couldn't do it, they see somebody kind of on the same path that they wish they was on, and they're going to try to dictate and try to navigate you to live, right, for them. So people always try to live vicariously through you. You know what I'm saying? Because they couldn't do what they wanted to do. But let me tell you something, bro. You need to start listening to the people who did it, okay? Don't listen to the people who didn't do it. It's the reason why they didn't do it is because they couldn't do it. And they didn't want to. They were too scared. So what you got to do is you got to seek answers for the people that did it. So you got to be the one to go out and look for the answers from the person that's doing what you're doing. You can't be out here receiving advice from people who never did it. See, you got a lot of pump fakers in the world, okay? Let me tell you, you got a lot of pump fakers that claim they did this and claim they did that, but really didn't go to the level that you're going, okay? So they're going to make it seem like that they did it, but they didn't, to make you feel as though that you need to, do it for them or listen to them when they tell you this. Now, I'm not saying be ignorant to it, but you got to really assess what a person's saying when they're saying it to you, okay? They're saying it to you for a reason, and you got to also assess what they did before that. Okay, if you're telling me not to do this or you're telling me to try this, right, why didn't you do it? And how come you couldn't get the job done? You got to ask yourself these questions, because sometimes people think they can live vicariously through you, okay? And that's not really a good thing, because then they try to mold you into somebody that they want it to be. Okay? So when somebody tries to mold you into something that they want it to be, you got to really, really, really take a really big step back to look at what they didn't do, because they didn't do it. So they're trying to make you do it. And this is why this is the thing with parents too. Parents live vicariously through their children because they see that their children have a better shot at life than they did. Okay? And, they try to predicate and project their ideologies, their way of living on the kid to feel better about themselves on something that they didn't do that they could have did. And then the vicious cycle continues, and then you got children straying away from their parents' teachings and not really being close to their parents, because there's that slither of resentment that turns into a big set of resentment projected and predicated towards the parents because of the parents being possessive to the child. If you're a parent and you're watching this, never, ever, 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 ever try to live vicariously through your children. You want to know why? Because you're being greedy now. Because just by your DNA structure, your chromosomes, the father and mother being intertwined with that child, you're already living vicariously through the child. So on a metaphysical aspect, okay? You're already living vicariously through the child. You don't need to physically try to live vicariously through the child, because then that's when you're doing too much. And now the creator going to take that away from you. And then now your child is going to see, oh, shit, you're trying to live vicariously through me. All right, I got to do something different because your way didn't work. I got to do it my way. It's always fair to give your child a shot at life. Real talk. At the life that they supposed to build, not you. You already built them up already. You already gave them life by birthing them, by conceiving them, by feeding them. You already gave them life. So now it's time. When it's time for the bird to fly, let the bird fly. Let the bird leave the nest when it's time to leave the nest. Stop trying to hold the bird back from leaving the nest. It got full-grown wings ready to fly. And you out here still trying to... No, man. You gotta understand that there's real people in the world that live vicariously through you. So they want you to do what they couldn't do, because they were scared to make the motherfucking surrender to action. And then they got you out here doing all the work, and they getting all happy, and they feeling, no. Do what you got to do for you and not for nobody else. People can still live through you by you doing you, because it's you doing you. But don't ever allow somebody to control you for their own benefit to live vicariously through you, because then you do yourself a big disservice, and then you start finding out that you have sort of resentments, and you're going to find yourself having discernment for a lot of people and things when you start doing that, when you don't start living for you. So, word of advice, live for you, okay? Peace. Godspeed.